boom. So yeah, I've already pressed the record button. Hence, I don't know. Do you hear it or not hear it?
I heard it, yeah.
Because this is episode 36, and only one person said to me so far, "Oh, we're recording." I was like, "Oh, I don't know if you heard that." I tried to put it on in the sly mid
I,
conversation.
I heard it, and it also says at the bottom, this meeting is being recorded. So that was a big
Oh,
clue as well.
that was the giveaway. Okay, I
Yeah.
haven't stuck anything in. I'll do my bit now then. Hello, welcome to another episode of Sit Down for Stand Up. I have with me a Plymouth girl who's now a Stoke girl of, was it 13 years?
Oh, yeah.
Was
Coming
it
up
was
now,
it
yeah.
Kimberly? Was it a big transition moving over there?
No, because I kind of went bypassed Coventry. So, cut a long story short, I'm originally from Plymouth, but I didn't meet my dad till I was 20, who was from Coventry. Went up there, met my now ex-husband, who's from Stoke. He dragged me here, married me. Then that didn't work out, but I stayed
Yeah.
because I absolutely love it here. And then yeah,
What
just
was it the
that's the plan.
oatcakes that
Stay
did it
here.
for you?
Yeah, do you know, I never heard of an oat cake until I came here.
So my first business partner and my uni housemate in Brighton was from Stoke, and every time he came like back, we always like demanded like, fuck your suitcase, you know, you don't need to bring
Yeah,
clothes, just bring us back the oatcakes. So yeah,
yeah,
it's what
they
we
are.
used them for.
They are a staple around here. They are pretty decent. Well, if you know which shop to go to, obviously. But yeah, I absolutely love Stoke because everyone is so nice. The weird thing about Stoke is everyone knows everyone. Like you start a new job, you add someone on Facebook, and they know about three things, three people in three different areas of your life. Like it's very incestuous around here, but I love it.
Got all your mutuals ready to get, so you can't. So does that also work in reverse if you do something bad in Stoke? Everyone knows about
Um,
it.
yes and no. Yeah, it's surprising how many people know. Yeah, members of my husband's ex-husband's family. So yeah.
So, Kimberly, how long have we been doing comedy, and why did we get into it, and what gave us the reason to go up on stage for that first time?
I've been with my partner now, Andrew, for 3 years,
Hmm.
and he was a member at Rothel, which used to be in Newcastle. So that was our first date. And then we kept going every week. We met our best friends, Nikki and Rich, who were also season ticket holders there. And then Rothel, we were starting to see the same acts over and over. So we go, oh, there's a, one in Leek, or there's one in Stafford, or we went Hot Water, Manchester, and we just started all going out together. And then we sort of became the comedy family. And then on one trip to Hot Water in Liverpool, me and my mate Rich went, do you know, let's just start a Facebook group where of all the people we meet and like who, all the different gigs. Because Nicky and Rich have been watching comedy for 10 years and they literally know everyone on the circuit. So we just set a group, and now 2 years on, that group's now got up to nearly 4,000 members.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, yeah, that's
Um,
blown up.
yeah, so I run the comedy family as well. But you know, you have your group of friends, and I know a lot of people say it's like, they go, "Oh, you're the funny one," or like, you make us laugh. You should try this. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, whatever. And then I the Comedy Kiln in Hanley is run by Chloe Reynolds and Henry Michael, who are both phenomenal at what they do. And Chloe once said, "Oh, if anybody ever wants to try 5 minutes, give me a shout." And my friends were like, I'm like, okay. So I wrote something, asked Chloe, and I got given a spot. But before that spot, I got really drunk and text Spiky Mike and went, "Oh, you've got a gong show this week. Can I get on that?" And I did. And that was my first show, a gong show. There was another newbie. It was his first time. We both got through to the final,
Oh,
and I think our clap offs were
yeah.
pretty even. But he just yeah.
Well,
So he
family
won it.
members in the audience.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he had a good support system, but I've always had a really good support system
Yes.
as well. So I won that. Then I did a little gig at Six Towns for my friend Cheryl Weston, who also runs her own nights around here. And then my third gig was the Comedy Kiln, and yeah, I think it went really well. So yeah, got the bug and just kept going.
Gong show's
So I've done
mad.
about over, yeah, it's mad, but I think I've down between MCing my own comedy and roast battles and lip sync battles now. I've done about 110 gigs in just under 2 years.
Okay. I'm gonna do okay, let's do this one first then, because I do like roast battles. I haven't done
I've
one
heard.
myself. I haven't done one myself. Roast me.
Roast you.
My feelings.
Okay, I don't know why you're wearing a t-shirt that looks like a barcode. Like I'm worried about what will happen if we scanned you.
Good.
You play with your hair too much, and if you play with it too often, it will fall out. And what the hell's going on in the background? You're a complete mess. Someone needs to come and tidy that up for you.
Do you
So
know
I'm a bit
what?
of a house. What?
This is actually when this is probably about the fifth stage of me cleaning it, and I look at that thinking that's the finished article. So
Is that a skeleton?
yes, it is a skeleton.
Okay. I mean, I love a skull myself. Like I'm in my dressing room right now, and I've got skulls plastered all over the wall. But
I've got a
that's
skull
an
there.
actual
I've got a
skeleton.
dachshund skull there because I've got dachshund dogs.
Wow. Oh, that's cute.
Thank you. See, okay, so you're quite quick on it with roast battles. What is there like a way you sort of like filter like what to target?
No, I'm just a bitch. Uh, I, I mean, obviously, every time I've had a roast battle, I've had, time. I've got to know my opponent. Sometimes we write together. Like Liam Alexander, I've roasted 3 times, beat 3 times. But we always had like chats before, what you can and can't say. It's on the night when you got to think of those comebacks when they can't always be planned. You never know sometimes what somebody's going to say. So it's having that quick-wittedness about you, and sometimes if you see me laughing like really loud, like really over the top, it means I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm just gonna laugh and go, that was great.
Fair.
So
And also, you don't know what they're going to wear either. I mean, I'm going to go bin this top after. My mum bought it
it's
for me. It was a £4 Primark top, and I was quite happy with it. So, so
I mean,
okay.
at least the stripes are vertical and not horizontal, because I think that'd be a little bit worse.
Yeah, what's the fat one? I mean, they don't both do. If you're fat, you're fat. But is it this way or well?
So that's supposed to slim you, supposed to,
Supposed
and then
supposed to. You are bitchy, Kimberly, aren't you? You are bitchy.
I have been pre-warned. I've watched. Well, obviously, I was just seeing Josh because we just went to look at the venue together, and then I've seen you on with Andy Bauer and Nikita. So I have been, brushing up and getting ready for your questions.
Brilliant. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to answer completely different questions now, aren't I? I'm going to be Catty
Okay.
Pack.
I
Shit.
one question for you. Am I your first girl?
No, no, no. I've had Kimberly, Rose, Debbie Holt. I've had no. Okay. Yeah, I've had loads. To be fair,
Okay. Okay.
Stacey Edwards. Yeah, I mean, if I'm forgetting any of them, I apologise in advance. No, I've had absolutely loads of them. To be honest.
That's all right. Good to know. Good to know. Because it is very, very uneven out there. So, I don't want to be
Oh
your token.
no, I do think there are a lot of male comedians out there, but to me,
Yes.
some of my best ones have been the female ones, and at the end of the day, funny is funny. Like,
I'm
my
glad you said that.
one of the ones I like is when I had Malike on, she was like, "Oh, I joke about women's stuff, you know, suicide, depression," and she made it to the most darkest topics in the world. She's like, because women go through that as well. It's not just tits and fanny jokes. It is as
Yeah.
dark gets, and it's just a different perspective I've never heard from because not being a female. And it is fantastic to hear stuff from another perspective that I have no concept of.
Yeah. I
So
mean, my fiance will openly admit he does not like female comedians. Like,
no, I just because I tell you, one of my favorite comedians is Joe Brand.
she's awesome. Yeah.
I think she's
Very clever.
absolutely amazing, and it wasn't because it was an opinion, a side that I'd never heard of before. And
Mm.
it wasn't just that Amy Schumer shit. Like, I gotta be honest, I can't stand that. Where it's all just sex and period joke. Like, because I can't relate to that.
Yeah, of course not.
So
So,
I
and I think
don't
that's
find.
where a lot of men struggle. They don't want to hear about tampons and babies and all that. No, and I totally get that. But yeah, there's still a big thing in the circuit about most gigs I've been on. I am the token girl. I'm the only tits on the bill.
Mm. Also, okay, I know I'm not saying that's a positive, but isn't it great that you are being such a bastion then for women in comedy because you're going up. Then if you're going and slapping these men down on roast battles, that's point one to you.
I get that. And I like to think that I'm getting some of these gigs on my own merit and people have seen me and they know I'm genuinely funny. But I don't want to be the token because if I think I'm the token, I will go out my way to prove myself and be like, actually, I've hired her because she's a girl, but really, she's fucking brilliant. And I'm allowed to swear.
Oh yeah, crack on, crack on. I think the only thing
Excellent.
we're not allowed to talk about is anything with underage children.
I wouldn't. No, that's fine. You're
I
good.
know because when I ask people like, "Have you got a dark joke?" I say, as long as it's not that. I think that's the only thing that goes against terms of service. Other than that,
Yeah, no, I have a few
swear away.
rules, so no, that's fine. But yeah, I will go out my way to prove myself. Because nobody likes being the thought of the token. So I keep getting messages on my phone. Go away. But yeah, so it's all right being the only girl, but don't hire me just because I'm a girl.
Yeah, you don't want to
Hire
ask
me
you
because
next
I'm
to your
I'm
name.
funny.
Okay.
So
So what message? I usually do this question at the end, but whilst we're on topic now, I always say, what advice would you give to new comedians? What advice would you give to women just to say, get on stage?
just do it. Just get on stage. If you've got something to say and you think people will react well to it and
Mhm.
it's funny, obviously, and that's the reaction you want, just do it. Don't, obviously I got drunk and just texted and then thought, oh, I'm gonna have to do it now. But 100%, I wish I'd done this sooner. I didn't have the support in place in order to do this sooner. And now that I have, obviously, I'm entirely grateful for it. But yeah, just there's literally nothing stopping you. If you've got someone who can drive you around, if you don't drive, because I don't, if you obviously, you hear all the horror stories, as long as you're safe as well, which is a big thing. But there are so many gigs now and so many things in place for female comedians for that safety, for that, just that knowledge that there are other women out there who, we all bandy together. We've got the Glitter Project. I've done a workshop in Frog and Bucket, all aimed at women. There's loads there all the time. There's female only nights. Hair of the Dog is mostly female. I've done Femme de la Femme in Liverpool, which is mostly females. There's Hollybush is doing their Bush Fest, and they've got Ladies Night Friday night. There's so many more things now geared towards women. Just do it. There's literally nothing stopping you.
I applaud that. I also like the thought of people drunk text their exes and stuff. You drunk text promoters.
Yeah, and it worked. So
So we've done roast battles. Your Gong Show, first ever show. Absolute applaud. My first show was a Gong Show, Comedy Store in London.
wow,
A minute 23. Um, yeah,
that's good for London.
I went up with no material and absolutely sucked. I think a minute 22 of the minute 23 was the crowd giving me a grace period. And
Oh,
then they're
bless
like, no.
you.
I know because it's the way you learn. And it's sort of, if you get booed off, not booed off, but you know, if you fail on your first one and you still want to go at it, then
Yeah.
it shows you want to do it. So your first one went well on your gong show. How many gong shows have you done so far in your 2 years?
So gong shows. Actually, I think all my gong shows mostly been for Spiky Mike's Funhouse Comedy. I did one for Ian Whitcomb, which was Beat the Bat.
Yeah.
I can get through on a gong show. I can't win a gong show. I haven't yet. Beat the Frog. I've done five,
Okay.
and I think the most I've lasted is 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's I don't know if I'm too rude, but I think it was my second time at the Frog, and they gave one of the cards to Nina Gilligan. And
Mm.
I was like, oh my God, yeah, she's my woman. Like, she's one of my heroes in comedy, and she's got the same like mentality as me. She's gonna love me. And she was the first person to hold her card up.
What?
And I was mortified. So afterwards I went up and I went like, and she was sat with Kerry, what's her face? You know, the other comedian. Can't remember her name. McLean, that one. She's big as well. I do know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they were there. I think, you know, they'd also like had a few drinks as well. So like I thought, oh, I'm gonna go like chat to them. You know, they're in a positive mood. And I went, what was wrong? And she went, I'm too self-deprecating. And the start of my set at the time was, you know, about like my weight and my set did start off being harsh on myself, but obviously she carded me before I got to, you know, be not so self-deprecating to low status. So, but yeah, I was a little bit Gilligan's just carded me off. Like I wasn't going to give up there and then. It was like, but I was still quite sour about it for a while.
At least she gave you some like actual like analytical advice you could take with you though.
Yeah, yeah,
Instead
and
of
you
I
know,
thought you were shit. Like at least you did it from like a I'm not going to bang on about, you know, women like that. It's actually some like, you know, like don't put yourself down. Like
exactly.
I am
Yeah,
women, hear me
be
roar.
more high
Like,
stakes.
so
Exactly. So yeah, she was lovely. I got a nice photo with her, and yeah, it was just basically don't be too low status. You know, be the hero in your own story because you're the one on stage. Why would you be the loser? So yeah, I totally get that. And yeah, like my sets, a lot of it's had to change because of I've lost 4 stone. So
well done.
jabs.
Dude, same. What you want?
Yeah, they are.
I'm on the 5 mgs now. You know.
How are you doing on that?
Oh, I had Joshua earlier, didn't I? And
Hmm.
I had the I got no sleep last night because I went up to the fives yesterday, and I had the sulfuric burps,
Oh,
and
they're nasty.
it was I about every 5 seconds, and I put on 2 kilos overnight, which I've lost now today, and I think it was all just gas. And you'll see when you watch it, Joshua, you'll see me randomly go. I'm trying not to burp, and they've
The
literally
eggy
just calmed down
burps.
about 2 hours ago. But I'm loving them. I'm loving them.
Yeah,
I mean, I was 155 kilos a year ago. I'm now 118.
that's really good. That's amazing. Well
Yeah,
done. Yeah.
yeah.
We're
Uh,
all for the jabs. Yeah.
oh, yeah.
My
I'm loving it.
partner did my partner did them for 3 months, didn't go past 5 milligrams, lost 4 stone, done, dusted.
Mm.
I've been on them since October. I'm on 15 and I have to come off them because I'm not going to show you, but this is a wig
Oh,
because I've lost that much hair.
oh, is that a side effect?
Yeah. One of
Oh.
them, yeah. I know other people on them and they've still got a full head of hair, like
Mm,
beautiful hair. And
mm.
one of my side effects is it's come out in clumps. So I've got about 10 different wigs. So every day my fiance gets a different girlfriend. So
I,
but yeah, I'm
I,
seeing
I,
it as a
as a
yeah.
positive. I'll tell you. I didn't say this. I said it to Joshua off the pod. Um, Twaticus me. I've been buying them for 3 months, but the first month and a half, you know, you twist out and then you twist back in. No, you twist out and then you
Yeah.
push in. I was twisting out and then twisting back in, so nothing was coming out. So for the first 3 sets,
Oh
just I was doing
no.
nothing, and I was like, why am I the only prick who's gaining weight on this injection? And then I looked at like people doing it and pressing it in, and it was on a Wednesday night, and I was going through all the bins because I was getting collected on Thursdays, trying to find them.
Because they're not cheap.
No,
But
not at
yeah.
all. But it was weird because at the first, because I was being really like prickish at the beginning, like, oh, you feel a difference straight away. Oh, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. It was 100% placebo for the first couple of days.
Love that.
Absolute
Oh.
twatters of me. So, back to gong shows. What advice would you give people who want to do a gong show? Well, I'm just playing
Uh,
my hair now. You made me self-conscious. Where's my hat?
sorry.
Where's my hat? No. Okay, go on. Gong shows.
Okay.
What?
Um So I with Beat the Frog, like my partner wanted me to stop doing them because I always felt like, oh, maybe I'm shit or maybe, you know, I'm not as good as I think I am. And it just depends on who's got those cards. But I was talking, it's Danny McLaughlin who actually said gong shows are good because they teach you how to get an audience straight away, how to go up, on stage and get their attention. And the other thing as well is resilience. It's, yeah, all right, you've had, the definition of you died on stage, but you go back in 6 weeks and you do it again. Like the reason why I like gong shows is because there's always so many different acts on, especially at the Frog, like we were all upstairs, and I meet so many people. So I'm like, I'm networking. Oh, I run Spitfire. Like, come see me on a Tuesday. We've got merch now. I'm like handing that out before everyone goes up to Edinburgh. Like, I network. So yeah, right. I'm not winning things, but I'm doing other things in the process. So for me, it's beneficial. And one day I will win. I will keep working on my comedy. I will be better, and I will win one, and it'll
Getting
be
your
well
name out.
deserved.
I mean, I talk about gong shows quite a lot on here. Um,
Mm,
I had Abel, he came out yesterday, I think. He's done 19 gong shows. He's beaten them 17 times. But he's a Peckham Road man whose crowd work is it's golden. But he said his written stuff isn't there. He's only good at crowd
yeah.
work. I've had Ali Woods on,
Mm,
absolutely amazing. Yeah, he's there selling out theatres. He got kicked off his first two gong shows.
yeah.
Like a gong
Did
show is no definition and no of how you are as a comedian. It's how you are on that night and who's got the cards.
Who's got the cards? Yeah, especially when one of the MCs might be like, "Oh, you guys were a bit lenient earlier. Come on, let's
That's
get those cards up." And you're like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, shut up!" Or
never
one
go
of them was like,
seconds.
"Oh, that."
Never go seconds because I always have to give a talking to after the first person.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, it's so different every night. You don't know who you're going to be on with, and like I've looked at the lists before the Frog and went, "I'm not bothering. They're on." Like, it's no point. But it is that resilience and just keep going. Like I know people who've died before and then won it. My friend Jamie Johnson, he's got this character act called Josiah de Monologue. He went to RADA and he did Spikey's Gong Show at the Rigger, smashed it, absolutely won it. Whereas I met him at my first Gong Show and he did it as Jamie
Yeah.
and he carded off straight within a minute. Like it's just working on your material, working on, and just keep going. Like,
Would you say it's a fast track into the industry, or do you think that's sort of a soul dream?
it's I found it relatively easy, but like I said, I know people like Nikki and Rich who know everyone, and so we just went to a lot of comedy nights. We talked to people, so I found it relatively easy. But there's so many open mics, you just have to know where to look.
Mm.
So like if anyone is in around Stoke area and thinks, oh, I'm free on a Tuesday, I've got 5 minutes in me, give me a shout. We do walking spots, just turn up and try it.
I was about to
It's
go.
the
So,
only way.
so Kimberly, what is Spitfire? There we go.
I'm glad you asked.
This is the clip
So
bit now.
I'll show you the merch in a minute. Me and so my friend, well, I call him my comedy husband, Nick Cheng, whose character act is Long Hu. You should get him on this. He'd be great.
Oh,
He,
you're my gateway now. You know that, don't you?
yeah. Oh, I've
Yeah.
got so many people I'm going to recommend. So yeah, he started comedy in China, and he was pretty big for like 8 years, and he came over with his husband, and he basically, but sadly, he's fantastic. He's confident. His act is solid, but he started off at the same level as me. So we got to know each other, and we were like in Stoke-on-Trent. You either got your pro nights, so you've got like Pow and you've got at the time, what was it? Me and Mrs. Jones, Dave Twentyman, they ran pro nights. And whereas Comedy Kiln was good, it wasn't like new acts, new material nights as like just jumping on the stage. Like you had to book in advance. And, I know Henry's got a whole spreadsheet. He's very good at booking in advance, blah, blah, blah. But we wanted something that like you can't just jump on a Tuesday. You can either go Manchester or Birmingham, or we wanted to start our own night. And then we were like, what's stopping us? So we went to the old post office, which used to be Rothel, and said, can we do this? And they were like, apart from Vale matches, yeah, like we're a dead pub, on Tuesday. and we've been going since April last year, and our reputation is, I'm quite proud of it. It is solid. Everyone says how supportive we are. We do reviews, we take your picture. We, like I said, I've got a list that we offer out. Like we go around, because I've been to gigs before and I went, like, who the hell's running this? You don't know what you're doing, you don't know what the running order is. We do group chats every week. We do like we offer assistance. So like if you want a quiet space, so it's very diverse as well. We offer, like, if you're a female on your own, we offer like someone to walk you to your car. It's so inclusive and so supportive, and I'm proud to say that I've been to open mics before where every comic is just sat there writing in the book waiting for their turn. Everyone at Spitfire watches everyone else, and everyone makes friends there, and we've even had relationships start there, which is dead cute, and
Hey.
it's just brilliant. My Tuesday nights are like the highlight of my week. You never know what's going to happen on stage. Yesterday, oh God, what happened? We had Sam Serrano's work in progress. We had a few residents. We had this new guy. Oh, what's his name? James Robinson, I think. And he came up from Dorset, where he lives, and he did this whole bit about, so women like to pamper, but he had this contraption that he made with a teapot and a pipe, and basically it's for your balls, and it's a jacuzzi for your balls,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was brilliant. And for £10 you could buy the contraption. £15 he'd come and blow in the hose for you. It was, but you never know what you're going to get there. So yeah, we've tried a couple showcases because the venue itself is like a TARDIS. Like it's
Okay.
got three function rooms and the back room is like a theatre. So we've tried a couple showcases, but not for us. But the open mic just works. Everyone who comes says, like every new person says, I've been told to come here. Like,
Oh,
and the
good.
people have done their first time there, and it's, yeah, I just
Okay.
love it. It's like my second baby.
So let's
So
say
it's great.
I live near Stoke, or I'm coming up to see a mate, and I want a performance in Spitfire.
Yeah.
What would you want from me, and what etiquette would you want from me?
So we have 10 bookable spots and then two walk-ins,
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes. This month is a bit different because of the work in progresses, but normally that's how we work. And then all you have to do is just either message me or Nick. We've got an email address on Instagram, Facebook, and just say what Tuesday you're free, how long do you want, and then that's pretty much it. You get added into the group chat, so you know where you're going, where you can eat, where you can park, basically. And then we've got some rules as well. So we do not have any sort of racism, misogyny, homophobia. Basically, it's a come and do what you
No.
want, but just don't hurt anyone in the process.
Yeah.
We're very strict on that. We have had a few conversations. Um, and we also want a safe space for women as well. So
Okay.
like I've posted on women's forums before about, the things we offer, as well. And we've got quite a lot of female comedians who come, it's not just one per night, we've had a few. And like I said, we do reviews as well. So that's like something extra they can take away. It's not Peter Fox standard, but because every review has been positive. It's just looking for the positives in some of the acts that we've had.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I've never asked this question before, and I'm actually quite excited to ask it. What's the best thing that's happened on stage at Spitfire, and what's the worst?
Oh, good God. Oh no, don't be don't. The best. There's so many. We had awards. We had the Spitties, the
Okay.
Spitfire Awards. That was really fun because everyone got to nominate their favorite acts, and then me and Nick, like, put on our glad rags and gave out awards. There's been so many acts, like literally hundreds now. I couldn't even say what the best moment was, but we've just seen a plethora of just fantastic acts. Like we've had Alex Mitchell on,
Oh,
Sam
I've
Avery.
had him on. He's
I
a
saw
top
earlier,
lad.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
top lad. Have you
he's
heard about his
lovely.
time? The time he bombed the hardest.
No, no, I
Um,
need to watch that. I will watch it, but
what
yeah,
I
I
won't
haven't
spoil
heard
it
it.
for you then, but it's my favourite so far. It is.
Oh, is it?
I'm gonna spoil it. I don't care. He was in Burnley. His second gig. There's only three people there, and he
Oh,
was only doing I'll say as he said it, he only had queer material at the time. And as he was doing his queer material, 50 builders come in and they end up throwing a fish at him.
Why a fish? Who had a fish to hand?
Because there was
Like,
also eating. There was a place where
oh,
you can
so
eat
it
as
was like
well.
fish and
And
chips, not just a
someone
random
yeah
cod,
grabbed
you
a
know,
fish
like.
off a random plate and threw it at him on stage. And
Love that.
you know, you can just see your soul would leave your body. But he said after that, he just kept on keeping on, and finalists of Britain's Got Talent absolutely smashed it. Top lads,
Yeah, he's
like
brilliant. He's so lovely. Yeah, he's great. He came to Spitfire to do his like a little work in progress, and yeah, he absolutely roofed it. And he was like just letting everyone take photos, and yeah, it was fantastic. So yeah, we've had a few pros because I like go hot water and creatures and frogs, so I'm not shy to go come Spitfire, you know. So we've had Dawn Bailey and her Anthony Williams, and they've come. Henry, Michael, and Chloe have both done a lot there. Just the variety of people. And then we've had so many newbies, like I call them my babies now, because we've had so many newbies start at Spitfire, like done their first or second gigs, and then you see them a few months later and you see the confidence and you see the development. Like, you know, my friend Nikita, he did his first gig. He comes nearly every week. He's like one of our residents, and you literally see it every time. His material's getting stronger, his confidence, you know, even when he's around like the audience people, you can see his confidence is growing. He's such a lovely lad, and yeah, it's just amazing to see like how many people like just develop. And yeah, it's like such a great support system. So I don't want to say who was the best one, because I don't even want to say who the worst one was, because there's been some, and I've had to be very diplomatic with the reviews, but not everyone does well, you know. We had one guy, and it's Burslem. It's not the, you know, nicest of areas in Stoke-on-Trent. And this poor lad Jack got up on stage. This guy walked in, went into the toilets, and all of a sudden just kept screaming, like literally blood curdling, screaming. And like Nick used to be a bouncer, and somebody else who was there also used to be a bouncer. They both dove into the toilets, and then the barmaid at the time, who's like 5 foot and nothing, went in, and all you could hear was her going, "Get out of my pub!" Pretty much, little Peggy, and got him out. And he just literally come up and went, "Yeah, sorry about that," and walked out. And everyone's going, like, what the hell just happened? Like, did that even happen? But yeah, that was a weird moment. We've had our opening night, somebody literally came in, and because we were still quite new to the pub, the barmaids thought he was with us. We thought he was a regular, so we didn't know whether to kick him out. He started heckling my mate Katie Slater, which she handled like a pro, kept asking for her phone number, and he was just there for ages, like trying to gob off to everyone. And then me and the manager actually clocks, actually, he's with neither of us, we can kick him out. And he kind of walked out the building. I think he wet himself, but that was an interesting start. And then, we've had so many character acts. Got 2 resident character acts. So we've got the Goth Father, and I've mentioned Joey before. Craig is obscenely talented with props, and he plays a vicar who has a penchant for the dark and macabre, and he'll do it like he's preaching. And he's got like the whole dog collar on. He wears a lot of leather. He's very goth himself, obviously, and he does this whole bit, and he does park life but goth life. He's got his little sign. Actually,
loving the chair, by the way.
oh yeah, this is I work at home sometimes as well. Goth life. I don't know what direction. Goth life.
Life, yep.
He's got his own mat. So yeah, we'll sing along to that. Honestly, it's different every week.
I'll tell you one thing I was so shocked about when I got into comedy was when you look at, like the open mic, the amateur circuit level, the level of skill is still phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is
100%.
crazy how good amateurs are. I'm not trying to say that to off put anyone trying to get into comedy, but they're fantastic.
Yeah. And
And
having seen so much of it, you can sit there and go, yeah, they're going to be massive. Like you can see just some people have got that element to them. So
right,
it's
Kimberly, I'm going to bring you back down to earth now. Been going
fun.
for 2 years. What is the? Because obviously we've learned a lot in 2 years. What is the worst joke you've done thinking it was
Ooh.
amazing, and now you look back and you say, "Why the hell did I ever think that was funny?"
Oh, good God. Oh, now I'm thinking. Oh, I don't know. Most of my stuff is pure filth, not gonna lie.
Example.
I, I don't think I've got oh, I don't know. It's so hard to be like I could tell you half of Josh's set and how bad that is. I could probably recite most of Nick's set off. They could probably do my set. I don't know. There's been some jokes like you learn especially as a filthy comedian what rooms you can and can't do. Like I did this gig for Kieran Lawless in Sale, and I didn't realize how posh it was. And there's the woman at the front just like every time like I said anything remotely filthy. Oh, I don't know. I've got one joke that nothing's coming to me. Maybe some of my roasts probably haven't have landed as well as I thought they would have. Um,
So when you said about the woman who looked at you in pure disgust, detest, hate,
yeah,
how would you go about trying to win them back,
I'll just keep
or
going.
just keep going,
I
fuck them?
just yeah. Like I'm always trying to MC because I don't think there's enough females, and I'm still trying to work on that. That ability to sort of like interact with the audience and just like think on my feet. Most of mine is just like pre-planned stuff. So I will admit I've still got so much to learn that when it comes to riffing off at like, audience members and like trying to post someone up for, giving me a face or whatever, I ain't got it in me yet to, think that fast and be clever with it. And later on I'll go home and go, fuck, I should have said that. Like
Hindsight, yeah.
so and like
Okay.
even I years and years when I'm like running my own, I don't know, comedy club or whatever one day, and I'll be like the MC every night, and I'll be, slaughtering all the audience like Paul Smith or whatever. Brilliant. But right now, I know my limitations, and yeah, pulling someone up on giving me a face is not one of them at the moment. So
I presume MCing will help that a great stead quicker than doing your fives, tens, 15s, 20s.
yeah. So the another good thing about Spitfire is we offer guest MC spots. So if
Okay.
anybody ever fancies it, or they can come and MC Spitfire, and it's also one way of one, me and Nick not taking it in turns, but two, then I don't have to do it. Even my partner, who's not a comedian, has done it a couple of times because he just fancied it. So
Well,
anyone can have a go.
it seems that getting an MC spot is harder than, getting a paid 10.
Yeah, because you only got one MC, whereas on a night you can have 6 to 10 acts.
Mhm.
So it's just knowing where to look. And I have emceed. My first one was Common in Curry, which is Cheryl Weston's in Stoke-on-Trent. She runs a fantastic night. It's once a month. Fantastic curry, really good pub. It's actually my local, and she has like about 6, 7 acts with a headliner and the best curry. I've emceed that one. I've emceed the Holly Bush. Have you heard of the Holly Bush?
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
I'm a very new comic, aren't I? And I'm London based, so I need to learn that there is a world outside of London at some point.
Everyone will tell you the same thing. It's a rite of passage.
Oh,
So I
okay.
know you got Andy before he went to the Holly Bush.
Oh, good. Yeah, I
You
liked
might want to
Andy.
ask.
I liked his joke about wearing the suit. I you can just perfectly envision something, and I
Yeah, that's
just
where he got
see.
the suit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Spitfire.
Okay, yeah,
He did it. Yeah, we had a couple come in and they were trying their bit for pride. They were doing like Taskmaster challenge,
yeah.
and part of the challenge was that getting that suit on, and that's how Andy got the suit. So yeah.
It's
Um
just see it so clearly.
oh, he's brilliant. I absolutely love him to bits. But yeah, you ask him about the bush now, and it's not for everyone. It's a fantastic venue,
Mm.
and everyone who does it is, it, it's an experience. It's a fantastic venue. I absolutely love it to bits, and it's one of my favorites. But not everyone has the same appreciation for it, and I
Okay.
don't think Andy did.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
I'll have to ask him about that one. So with Spitfire, can people like
yeah,
can they come on weekly, or is there like you can only play once every month, every 3 months?
come every week.
Okay.
Like if we've got the spots, you can have one. Simple as
Okay.
that.
And do they get booked up quite quickly in advance?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I overbook. A bit naughty. I mean, I had a night about a month ago. It was only six of us, and we turned it into a workshop. So we actually made some material while we were on stage. But we've had last week we had James Beckett's work in progress for Stutter Island. He's doing Fringe, and he brought 30 people with him, and it was absolutely rammed. It's fantastic. It's very hit and miss. Mostly it's comics and their partners, or a little bit of entourage, but we get a few regular people coming in, but again, like mostly comics. But yeah, you can literally just rock up. We have two walking spots, and yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty easy to get on if you just ask me nicely.
Well, when I come up north, I will rely on nepotism purely
Yeah, 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 crack on,
to
yeah,
to
yeah.
to get a spot. So I've got a question. When being a promoter and you've got
Mm,
say 10 acts on the bill, surely you don't want all 10 of them to be like one line comics. You don't want all 10 liners
mm.
to be storytellers. So how do you sort of, you know, work your way around that?
Some of the acts who come to Spitfire, obviously, I haven't seen them, so I don't know what their style is. If I already know, like with Joey Monologue and the Godfather, I will put them on last because they're big character acts. They always need a bit more than 10 minutes. So I know, and usually I have put them on one before the other and it works.
Okay.
Um, if it's a lot of one-liners, um, like was it Kevin O'Brien and Mike Duggan, they both came down together. They wanted to shoot off early, so I had to put them next to each other, but they were both 10 minutes of one-liners, but they're both very different styles, so it worked. And then um it's like I said, I don't vet every act. We don't ask for videos, we don't ask for CVs, we don't check anyone out before they come. As long as we know that they're not a sex pest or, complete
Ground
weirdo.
rules.
We have got some ground rules. Then until we see them in person, we don't know what their style is going to be like. So I don't know when we're doing the running order. It's not based on the content. It's whether they have to shoot off or whether some people just say, "Can I go on fast? Can I go on
People.
here?" They've got yeah.
Mm,
So I will ask usually if where people want to go.
okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So I know I was speaking with what's his name? Glenn Barley. He runs a big night in Bournemouth, and he usually
Mm,
says he starts off when he does his open mic. He does the people he knows are good in the beginning, his people who knows are good at the end, and he'll do his filler with his like tryouts
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
and like
because
so
you
that's
need to get that and then keep that, so it's like a little comedy sandwich.
yes.
So yeah.
So if someone goes on and with you emceeing, if someone goes on and say they absolutely fall on their ass, which it happens to all of us, what would you do to like win the room back?
It depends if it was coming up to a break. I always try and do like a callback to one of their jokes, or if like I've watched their set and it makes me think of something funny to say, or even part of my set, then I go on and try and go, "Oh, this was good, remember?" and try and make them see it in a different way. Other than that, it's they were not great. Let's get the next act on who I know is going to be good, dead quick, or oh, it's time for a break. Please go get drunk so you can enjoy the rest of the show. It's just it depends on how far into the show. Um, but yeah, it's we kind of go, oh my god, he died. Like we'd never say that. I think that's horrific. So we always try and make even the bad people. We always try and make everyone's experience positive. And I do get asked a lot for like my feedback. So I will say, this is good. This has got legs. You need to work on this. Maybe drop that.
Yeah.
Like burn it, destroy it, never see it again.
Well,
But you've got. I will always try and make people feel like they've got something positive out of what might not have been a positive experience for them.
Do you know Kai Carson from Liverpool?
Yes.
Key, key.
He's yeah, he does a lot at hot water. And those sort of circuits.
Mm.
I'm trying to see him in Edinburgh Fringe because he's working with Cameron Jones,
Yes,
who
his show I spoke to him about. Oh, it sounds brilliant. But he said something to me, and it really stuck with me. And it was like, if someone's shit, you never tell them. You always got to be positive, unless they've got an ego. He said, always
that's a
be
valid
nice,
point.
always
Yeah,
be nice to everyone. You know, people have bad moments, all that. Always be nice, unless they've got an ego. You know, if they absolutely bombed it and then they walk off being like, oh, fucking smash that I did, I'm the greatest. Then yeah, okay, let's slap me down a bit. But if they've had a
yeah,
bad set, always be nice to them because you never know what anyone's going through. And
yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah,
I've
100%.
100% taken that with me. Like
Yeah,
and it seems that up north there is such a good, powerful community up there of comedians. And it's the one
yeah.
thing before getting into comedy I never thought there would have been. I thought it would have been cutthroat sharks left and right.
Nope. See, I'm scared of London. Unless I know I'm like absolute pro, I'm going to roof it. I wouldn't touch London because
Mm.
it scares me. It's so big, and I've heard about people lasting 5 seconds on a gong show. Like, yeah, no. Whereas here, the best thing about doing comedy is the amount of people I've met, the friends I've made is unreal, and just the whole community. You can't go anywhere without everyone knowing each other, and it's like I went to Shenanigans for Matt Jones's gig just to actually that was a gong show, and about 80% of the other acts, because there was like 30 of us, I knew through Spitfire, and it was like hi hi hi, it was oh, I loved it. It is a massive community, and the only thing as well, if something bad does happen, everyone does know about it as well.
Yeah.
So, you do like you don't go around basically being a dick, and
Hashtag
not
don't
many
be a
people
dick. You can bomb, but don't be a prick.
exactly, like because people do talk, and like me and Cheryl Weston will ask each other, what do you think of such and such? Like she always asks me to, when she's putting a lineup together, have you had them? Have you had them? Because some people, like Kieran Lawless did yesterday, he came and did Spitfire and then he went to Comedy and Curry. A lot of people double because they're in the area. So me and Cheryl talk all the time, and she's also like she was running a few gigs in and around Stoke, and she's passed them on to me, so I can start my own nights. So yeah, we do work quite closely together. That's the other thing as well about some areas. You do need to have that communication. So when I started Spitfire, I spoke to Cheryl, I spoke to Chloe and Henry, and I put feelers out there. If I do this, am I going to be stepping on anyone's toes? Because there is an etiquette, and you don't want to do something beyond someone's back because you are just going to piss off a lot of people, and then you're not going to get the acts you want.
But also from the comedian said the com from the comedian's perspective. Fuck me, there we go. Um,
Yeah.
like if you can't make a set, let them know. Don't burn bridges.
Oh God,
Like
yeah,
etiquette
100%.
is 100. Look, shit happens to everyone. It
Yeah,
happens, especially like everyone understands. Things happen. Just never do a no show. Basically, I can
yeah.
also actually, Joe, I've never given advice on this podcast. I'm going to do one. If you want to do comedy, don't do it because you want to become famous. Don't do it for the money. Do it for the love of the game.
That is
And
absolutely, yeah, 100%. Because
yeah,
people think, oh, I've been on stage a couple of times. I'm ready for the Apollo.
yeah.
No,
Where's
it
my
takes
contract? Where are the
years.
agents? Like, no. Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that at all. Like whatever you see on TV, no, it takes years of work, graft,
Mm.
listening to I think it was Freddie Quinn who put because he writes a lot of articles. He said if you're going to an act and the headliner's like big, stay, listen, take advice. The amount of people I've had advice from, like Martin Moore, oh my God, if you got on a gig with him, he came to me, I think it was like I did Lizzie Lenkel's gig in Derby. He was on, and after my set, he went, "Do you want some advice?" I'm like, "Yes, sit down." And he gave me loads. Like, listen to people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Just absorb. Be a sponge. Don't go to a gig. Do your five and then go. This is how you need to talk and meet people, and then That's how you get other gigs,
I
reputation and word of mouth.
I've left early on gigs twice, and that was because they were both gong shows, and I sort of
You went home to
I,
cry.
I went to lick my
You went.
wounds, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, walk around London aimlessly for half hour, not knowing what I want. Okay, interesting one then. So, what would you say the difference is between watching comedy online to going to a comedy club?
I very rarely watch it online. I prefer like on, before I got into comedy and before I started dating Andrew, most of my comedy was like the big show. So like I've seen Jimmy Carr loads, Ricky Gervais, Lee Evans. Oh my God, love Lee Evans. All of them, like that was comedy for me. Whereas circuit comedy is completely different and you need to be there. You need to be like, don't put yourself in the front row if you're not prepared to get talked to. You learn that mistake at Hot Water. But you comedy in person is so much better than just watching it online
Mm.
because you got everyone else around you laughing. It's just so
Yeah,
much better.
it's a whole event. Okay, you mentioned Jimmy Carr. Now, I would say Jimmy Carr is one of my heroes. He's one of my favorite
Mm.
comedians. He said something, and I don't think he meant it. Um, but he said comedy is perfect because you only have to work 20 minutes a day.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
I think he may have said it as a
Yes.
joke, 100%.
Yeah.
How much work goes into comedy, into a set that people don't see?
It's all the writing. Like I'm looking at 20 notebooks right on my desk there. And my phone is just full of ideas. If somebody says something, I'm thinking, that's brilliant. I'll write it down. And then later on, I'll have like the other day at Spitfire, I didn't mean to come across as a bit rude, but I just had these ideas and I literally wrote out a full 10-minute set because I just had these ideas. And every time, like, I think my partner came to speak to me, I might tell him to fuck off. It's like, fuck off, love you, but fuck off, And then I just got on stage and did it. I mean, could have been, but there was a lot of legs, there was a lot of like,
Hmm.
so
Or is that 3 a.m.
it's
in the morning or when you're driving? It's when like
my
most
best
inconvenient.
ideas is in the shower. I don't
Okay.
know why my brain's just open and yeah, maybe I'm just dirty in the shower because then I'm getting clean and I don't
You
know.
say you do filthy
But
comedy, so it's the most optimal place
exactly.
for you.
I mean, I've asked to do the comedy kiln and Henry Michael has said, yes, but can you try being family friendly? I'm like, challenge accepted. I'm still working on it.
I mean,
It's
I,
just
it's hard. I had a comedian Bilal on, and he said he started doing kids gigs, and he said it was a different world altogether. Is that something you'd ever
100%.
think about trying to do like a kids comedy?
No, absolutely not. No, unless I was just there to impress the dads. No,
Yeah, I'll do
I
the dilfs. That's what. Okay, Kimberly, I always end the podcast with this question. Have you seen them? You know it's coming. Two-parter. What was your favourite moment on stage, and what time did we bomb the hardest? Show's
um.
not allowed.
Oh no, 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 not Gong Show. Do you know what? It's going to sound really soppy, but I did the hair of the dog
Yeah.
in Birmingham. Brilliant gig. Barbara Nice. Oh my God, legends. And it's so my ex-husband, massive knobhead, would have hated this, especially the amount of shit I talk about him. But my current partner, I was on stage. I had Barbara Nice there. I had Harriet Dyer at one point, like, and I have never seen anyone look at me with such pride because I roofed that gig. Everyone was laughing. I had compliments, and it was just that look of pride on his face. Literally, did it for me. And then, yeah, it was just the best moment of my life and my relationship, really. Yeah, it was just so. Yeah, sorry to be a bit soppy there, but
I was gonna,
and then
I've never heard the word roofed. Is that the
roofed.
northern? Because we say killed. Oh, you
Do you
killed
know
it.
what? I've picked that up from Josh. Josh has got his own language and his own dialect. Roof is like you roofed the place, you brought
Yeah,
the roof down.
you
So
roofed it.
yeah,
You roofied.
yeah. I've
No,
been
not
hanging out with
Maberly.
Josh too long. I need new friends. So no, he is great. Mm. No, he is a really good friend. He tells everyone I'm his best friend, but But he's actually going to be one of my flower men. Him and Nick are going to be flower men at
Oh,
my
that's
wedding.
cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
brilliant. Okay, and what time did we bomb the hard? Do you have a version of the word bomb up there?
Yeah, we bomb, we die.
You
We
died, bombed, yeah. It's weird the slang that
uh
comedians have got.
it's a whole yeah, it's another language
Got on
altogether.
dialect, yeah, ridiculous. So what bombs basically? If you don't know after this is episode 35, 36. If you don't know what bombs means, it means what time did I suck? What time did it just not go my way?
Um I was gonna say there's been so many. There hasn't been a lot. Um I, and I'm not I say gong show, so I was gonna say every time done Beat the Frog, it's like, why am I doing this? So there was a gig in Burslem before we started Spitfire. Actually, the guy I did the first Gong Show with, who won it, started his own comedy chaos, and he picked literally the biggest drug den in Burslem, and everyone was scattered all over the place. Everyone was chatting. And bless him, he didn't do the rules. He just told a joke and went, "Here's your first act," and everyone's like, "What?" And those people, and it nobody could hear anybody, and it was just the most horrible feeling. You feel like is this it? Is this like the comedy world? It was just a horrible gig to do. And then I was gonna say there's just been a couple moments where like that gig in Sale, and it they didn't appreciate my way of doing things, the filth, basically. Because it is, I say some horrible things, especially about my partner. So yeah, it's just that feeling of like, why am I doing this? Like, if I can't make everyone laugh, why am I even bothering? But you can't make everyone laugh.
No, you can't.
Everyone's
You're not
got
going to
different
win the whole room.
tastes.
So
Exactly. Like I said earlier, my partner doesn't like female comedians. His favorite comedian, and he runs his Facebook fan book group, is Frankie Monroe.
okay, cool. Mm.
And as much as I respect Joe Kent Walters and what he does, because he's very diverse and he can do the circuit and festivals, which is a talent in itself. Dancing with a trowel with a rubber glove on your foot is not my humor. So he'll go and watch Frankie in I think he's even asked him to do our wedding. Great, that's him. But we have very different types of humor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I mean, what's your type? I mean, I know you said you love Lee Evans. Growing up, fantastic. He's also brilliant in There's Something About Mary. I think he's fantastic in that. I'm not a fan. Visual comedy is not me.
Mm,
I
exactly,
I
yeah.
like deadpan.
I prefer clever humor. Very where you have to go like, you feel superior when you've got the joke.
Yeah.
Like I
Do
love that feeling.
do you feel sometimes with say like intellectual comedy, you've got to accept the fact the whole room's not going to get it.
Yeah.
And you just
You
need to.
can Yeah. You can tell who your people are sometimes. Like I've gone to a gig before and I go, I'm gonna die because you just feel that's not your vibe. I mean, I've had that feeling before and I've roofed it, and I've had the feeling before and I've been absolutely spot on. So it's everyone's different because I'd like to be more accessible and get booked for the nice village hall with, all the Blue Rinse Brigade and whatever. But do you know what? Sometimes I think, what if they like a bit of smoke? What if they want to hear me talk about sitting on my partner's face till he dies? They'd be well up for that. You don't know until you open your mouth and say your jokes. So you can't tailor yourself or you can edit yourself.
I completely agree because I've done a care home and I was talking to all of them about cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, and they were loving it. Like I was like, who in here's got dementia or have we already forgot? And they were cracking up. I
Yeah.
did my get rich quick scheme, find someone who's got Alzheimer's, lend them a tenner, and then remind them every week. Like, and they were up. It was like every single one was just hitting it. I had Debbie. Was it no? It wasn't Debbie. God, what's her name? I was just gonna kill me for this. But she had colon cancer, and she had
Mm.
a Barbie butt. And she said the place you'll find the darkest comedy, Karen Bucknell from Birmingham. Sorry, Karen. The
Yeah.
darkest comedy you'll ever find is on a cancer ward
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
love it. Do you know what I mean? Comedy comes from a dark place sometimes, and they have to laugh at their own misfortunes. Like they
You
don't want
need
someone
to,
treading
yeah.
nice. They don't want like Happy Sally coming along. No, they want yeah, the harsh dance of life. So I
It's
applaud you for doing that.
but I think some things just need to be said. Obviously, don't go out of your way to piss people off, and don't go out of your way to upset anyone. But ultimately, all the end game for every single comedian is to make people laugh. That's all
Yeah.
we want to do.
I mean, the one I've been the most part where I've had when you get the laugh and then you get the ooh after.
I love
That's
that.
my favourite. Like
Yeah,
you've laughed and then you've told yourself off for laughing at that, but it's too
yeah.
late. It's too late. You've already laughed. I've got you. You're a sick bastard. I've already got you.
Oh, it's yeah. Like I think Doug Carter even said, "A groan is better than a laugh sometimes."
Yeah,
Like, because you know you've got them.
yeah.
Like, and
But
some
you
of
can't
his stuff
start
is
out with that. You've got to dip your toe a little bit, see how they're going to react.
yeah, 100%. So, like I said, I've still got loads to learn because I want to be able to have go in and I want to win beat the frog one day. But I've got a lot to learn, and I'll go in and just get all my set out, and I'll be like, oh, did I do all right? And I want to be able to have that interaction with the audience and stuff, and get the groans and get the highs and the lows and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like I said, 2 years in, it feels long, but it's not when you see some of the other comics. So
Yeah, completely. I mean, was it before this one? I had Eddie Brimson on, fantastic
oh,
comedian.
I
Do you like
love
Eddie?
him.
Do you like
Yeah,
him?
we saw so his wife Lou Conran did
I
leak
know. I've
on
got her coming on now. I've got her coming on
oh,
next. I got them both. So we're just
I
gonna slag
love
Eddie off for an hour.
and straight away he said, I must come and do your gig. I'm like, yeah, you will.
Yeah,
The way he looks at her, because he opened for her in League, the way he looks at her is you can tell he loves her, and she's fantastic. She's so funny. Like I got to meet her afterwards, and just yeah, absolutely. Like she's such a good MC as well.
I've
Like
heard. Well,
oh
funny enough, I had him on earlier, and for the first 10 minutes, I was sitting here, and their video wasn't working, and it was just them two, like sort of like not ranting at each other, but trying to get the camera to work. And I was just
oh
sitting here,
bless.
and every like 30 seconds, I was getting oh sorry mate. I was like, no, this is comedy gold. I'm absolutely fine listening to you two with no
Oh
video trying to get a camera to work. They were
that's so
brilliant.
cute. I love it. I mean, in League, she was talking literally about playing with his balls while he was sat next to her mum and dad. It was perfect. Absolute perfect. So
Well, now
yeah,
I know what they
I
did on the
absolutely love
video
them.
just then. So sussed them out,
Yeah.
haven't we?
But yeah, no, they're
Oh,
brilliant.
oh,
So, but yeah, if you need any recommendations, I've got a list. I will send people your way.
okay,
So
that'd be absolutely amazing. Kimberly, that's all we've got time for. Thank you ever so much.
that's
And
fine.
yeah, anyone who wants to know about Spitfire, it will be in the description below. And
Yep.
yeah, you can hit it up, and you can heckle. You got free range to heckle Kimberly for me as much as you want.
Brilliant.
Cheers, guys.
Absolutely
Have a
loved
good
it.
one.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you ever
See
so
you
much.
later.
Cheers for that,
Bye.
Kimberly. Bye.